HBG's Global War, 1939, Turn 8, playtest. Germany has now been landed on with about 14 infantry. All of France is now owned, except for Paris. I don't think it's going to fall next turn. Actually, no. Germany will kick the Allies off this turn. Other than that, Germany's strategy isn't to even hope to take Moscow or Stalingrad. Maybe Leningrad someday. But for now, the main German strategy is stop Russia from the Helsinki bonus, which is $6. Stop Russia from the Baltic states East Poland bonus, which is $5. They did stop that this turn. And Germany ended up getting their $5 bonus here. Plus they collected for these territories. So Germany's at least coming back up here for that $30 swing to their favor as opposed to Russia's. Probably should talk a little bit about Russia. Now, I didn't know. I thought, I misinterpreted the Middle Eastern national advantages, that it actually wouldn't have changed anything about my game yet. So far, the whole Middle East strategy for both sides is just stop the other guy from getting it. So Italy and Germany want to get in there, and that's just not going to happen for a while. Over here, Russia built 3 more units, 3 more infantry. This probably can't fall this turn. Actually, it can't. So Russia's safe there. But Russia's now running out of... They're not actually losing... Russia's definitely lost the aggression, and now they're starting to become a little more defensive. Now, considering it's turn 8, Germany has, what, 2 territories? You even have a leftover partisan. Germany has 2 territories in Russia. Obviously and clearly, Germany's in trouble, but Russia's not doing fantastic. They're just doing great compared to a regular Axis and Allies game. Italy couldn't take Cairo. Why? They have nothing to attack with. They do now. The UK came out and attacked for a round just so they could kind of weaken this spot. Actually, the UK had 5 guys here. There's no way to get these 5 guys into Egypt. So the UK came in with all their guys so then they could retreat back. Well, 6 of them died. But the 6 UK guys that died killed 4 Italians. So it's kind of worth it, only in the sense that it helps with this fortification in Cairo. But Italy, I guess I'm going kind of out of turn, but one side of the map at a time. Italy has all this here. I don't know how many units that is. 10, 15, 20. About 20 units ready to go against about 15 UKs. It's still not a lot. So Italy thought hard and built a heavy bomber. They need some hitters, some heavy hitters. That's their heavy hitter. And if it gets shot down, literally the heavy bomber is probably the thing that's going to swing the battle. So it's going to go turns and turns. That battle will be turns and turns and turns. Italy just, they have nothing to attack with. They got like 5 artillery. That's what they're attacking with. So, I guess the UK, the UK is just building max infantry, and they can't even get enough infantry where they need them. They're building max in Egypt. They wanted to do a max build here this turn in London, because London was still in theory in danger. If the Germans would have landed, they might have not been able to get kicked off again, because the UK has nothing to attack with. So Germany could have kept up with this stalling move for the UK landing in Europe, but they didn't. And instead, Germany went against Russia, and now these transports are way out of the way because they just can't reach 1, 2. If they could go 3, then it'd be another story, but they can't. Not sure if I should have done that or not with Germany, but that's what happened. Now, Japan. Japan, I guess China. I thought China was going to fall this turn, but I guess I wanted the islands and I wanted the money. I could always deal with China later, but I've been saying that with Japan for probably 4 turns. I'll get them later. China's a lot tougher nut to crack, but once China's out, which they're probably not going to be out this turn, as you can tell. Japan has next to nothing in there. Once China's out, and I have this with Japan, the Russian capital, that's it in Asia. There's nothing left for Japan to do, but it's still spendy. But that $7 bonus with China, I'd say it's next turn, but it's 2 turns away. They did get the island bonus. Every single island now. Also stopped the Anzac bonus for here. Now, if you not sure you could see it, but I can get about 8 units into Queensland. It looks to me like it's very likely that Sydney is probably going to fall. I don't know how many turns, 2 or 3. I might just leave this spot here. I haven't decided yet what I'm doing. Definitely Sydney's in danger. The Japanese Navy isn't anything to get excited about. A couple of destroyers, a few fighters. The special Japanese fighters, I can't remember what they're called. Now the U.S. The U.S. isn't building a lot of Navy. I guess they built 5 ships this turn. They like to build their attack transport every turn and a couple of Marines just because they're special units. And they're kind of ferrying back and forth. In theory, Hawaii is going to be in danger someday, but now the U.S. is starting to get a tiny Navy. Neither one can do anything on either side. But it's finally getting to the point that I guess it's still a standoff in a Cold War. It's just going to be a build-up. Who knows how long that's going to go on for. It's in Japan's favor the longer they have to wait, because Japan's building 15 units a turn on the land, and actually 16. And then the leftover money just kind of more or less goes towards the U.S. Navy. The problem with the U.S. is they're stuck with, on this side, they have 5 transports. Now they finally have the Shuck going, but that means every turn they have to build 5 attacking units and 5 infantry. to get to 10 units a turn onto London. In fact, the U.S. is going to actually end up being the one that defends London. I don't know if you can see it here, but the U.S. is probably going to use their troops to defend London because the U.K. is hauling off 16 a turn. They're not building 16 a turn because they're defending Sydney and South Africa and Egypt. So the U.S. is probably going to be the London Defense Force. And then the UK will end up becoming the French attack force. And now that we're 8/15 of the way through the game, there's 7 turns left, so a little over halfway. Again, it's still anyone's game. I wouldn't even give anyone a 51-49 chance. It's just too close. Germany's definitely in trouble. Long game. However, Italy's probably going to climb, and Japan's right on the verge of becoming a monster that can't be stopped. They got $115 with Japan this turn. And considering that the U.S. built 10 land units last turn on Washington, or I should say the East Coast, it's still anyone's game. And I'll see you next turn.